Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decipher the code behind corporate finance. And let me tell you, Cushman and Wakefield's latest report is less about brand new strategies and more about tweaking the engine under the hood. Before we dive in, if you love getting these clear breakdowns of complicated financial documents, hit that subscribe button. And for more behind the scenes discussions and to connect with a community of like-minded finance enthusiasts, join our Discord channel, linked in the description below. So what is this filing all about? Basically, Cushman and Wakefield PLC, a big name in real estate services, just put out an update. It is not a full annual report or a quarterly report, it's a Form 8K, which is usually for big unexpected events, but in this case it's about a change to their main borrowing agreement. This amendment to their credit agreement is the main story here. Think of a credit agreement as the set of rules for how a company borrows money. This amendment is like a contract rewrite. It's like going to your bank and saying, hey, can we adjust the terms of our loans? The first big change is that the amount of money they can borrow under their revolving credit facility is going down. It was $1.1 billion and now it's $1 billion. This means they are choosing to have a slightly smaller safety net or a smaller line of credit available. But here is the more interesting part. They've pushed back the date when this borrowing permission expires. It used to be April 2027 and now it's going out to October 2030. So they bought themselves almost 3.5 more years of having access to this borrowing line. This usually indicates management's confidence in their longer-term financial stability, or a need to align financing with their longer-term business plans. They've also updated some of the interest rate benchmarks. They are switching away from something called Kendall and moving to term CORRA. These are basically different ways the interest rate on their borrowed money is calculated. This is a technical change, but it means the cost of their borrowing might change depending on market conditions and how these new rates perform. It is like switching from one type of variable interest rate to another. And a final key change is that they've adjusted the interest rates based on how much debt they have compared to their earnings. Specifically, they are reducing the interest rates when their debt levels go down. This rewards them for paying down debt, making borrowing cheaper as they deleverage. It's a smart move to incentivize financial discipline. Now, because of these changes to their credit agreement, this is also being reported under a section that deals with new financial obligations. It's not creating a whole new debt, but it's modifying an existing one, and that counts as a new financial obligation in a way. They also put out a press release about this. Companies use these press releases to share important news with investors. It is usually a way to frame these changes in the best possible light. The full details of this debt agreement amendment are included as an exhibit to this filing. Think of exhibits as the appendix of a report. This is where you'd find the actual legal document if you wanted to read every single word. And that press release we just mentioned is also included as another exhibit. And finally, they've included this machine readable data file. This is for computers to easily digest the information, which helps with financial data analysis tools. Now let's look at what this all means for Cushman and Wakefield. On the surface, this looks like a company that is actively managing its financial structure. They are reducing their available credit but extending the payoff date and potentially lowering interest costs by linking them to their performance. This suggests they are not planning any immediate massive new ventures that would require a huge influx of cash. Instead, they seem to be optimizing their existing financial setup. The shift in maturity date to 2030 provides a longer runway for their business operations and strategic initiatives. This gives them more flexibility and less pressure to refinance debt in the near term. It's a move for stability, however. The reduction in the revolving commitment from $1.1 billion to $1 billion is something to note. While they are pushing out the maturity date, they are also reducing the total amount they can borrow. This could signal a few things. Perhaps they have less need for such a large credit line given their current operations and cash flow. Or it could be a proactive step to reduce borrowing costs and fees associated with unused portions of the credit line. From a Warren Buffett perspective, you'd want to see if this reduction is a sign of conservatism, or if it might limit their ability to react to unforeseen opportunities or challenges down the line. The change in interest rate benchmarks is also important. Term CORRA could be more or less favorable than TDR depending on future market conditions. It is a move towards a different global standard. Companies are always trying to find the most cost-effective and reliable ways to set interest rates. Overall, this filing paints a picture of a company that is meticulously managing its debt and financial obligations. They are not announcing a spectacular new deal or a groundbreaking product launch. Instead, they are carefully adjusting their financial plumbing to ensure it runs smoothly for years to come. What this tells us is they are likely focused on sustained, steady performance rather than aggressive, rapid growth funded by heavy borrowing. So, in conclusion, Cushman and Wakefield is demonstrating financial prudence by extending their debt maturity and optimizing interest rate structures. The reduced credit line is a point to monitor, but the overall impression is one of careful financial management. Alright, that is our breakdown of Cushman and Wakefield's latest filing. What is your take on these debt adjustments and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.